In football, everything is possible, from the moment you work and you believe in your qualities. We must always set the bar high, otherwise we do not progress. Even if I am French, I have African roots. Helping African sport to develop is something that is very important to me. If I can use my reputation or other means to help, then I will. Like the greats, you want to make your own story yourself, and not be a copy of another. You should always focus on training and consider it a step forward. And each step is taking you higher and higher until you reach the top, which is where you should stay. People come to the stadium to forget their lives for 90 minutes, and it's up to us to give them satisfaction, to get them out of their chairs and to fall asleep with stars in their eyes. For me, football is more than a sport, just look at the impact it has on society. I've always said the World Cup is a dream for any player. I am happy, and I am living the life I always dreamed of. When we make the effort for each other, it makes the difference. I work hard every day to try to help my team. I try to have fun too, because football is still fun, and scoring goals, breaking records, that's what drives me. It's one of the disadvantages of succeeding early. I missed simple things like having a driver's license. I think everyone has one. For so many people, a license is an obligation, but it wasn't for me. Licenses are often synonymous with autonomy, but I had my autonomy so early that I've had drivers at my disposal. It was never a priority. I always assume that one day someone will come and try to do better, so you always have to go beyond your limits. There is no bad time to laugh. I always joke, even 5 minutes before a game. It's not bad to stay a little immature. Cristiano Ronaldo, Messi and Neymar are phenomenal. When you retire, people don't look at how good you became. They look at what you've won. We remember the winners. I am aware of the risk with all the media attention, all the glitz and glamour around football. And that was the only piece of advice my father gave me about my future, to stay myself. I know where I come from. A great team relies on its leaders, and they have to make a difference at key moments. Becoming a good player so quickly made me miss a lot of the normal life of a normal teenager. Extraordinary is a player who can score 60 goals. There are not a lot. Otherwise, I think we would overuse the term. The greatest are an inspiration for all the kids who wake up early in the morning. Everyone watches you, is inspired by you, and wants to be you. So you influence society. That's what being more than an athlete means. I want more kids to have that opportunity. I want everybody to start with the same chance. Number 7 is a legendary number. Many great players who have worn it. I hope I could do credit in the field with this number. As I always say, you have no feelings when you are on the pitch. You are there to play, to give the best for your team. It will not matter. The pressure, I always had it. I was mediated early. I learned to handle it. I got used to it, and it's part of my environment. You have to raise your game to the level of those around you. Then you have to maintain that high level, and by doing this I think I am improving naturally. It must be something extraordinary to be able to say to yourself that the happiness of every French person is in your hands. When I was younger, there were players who gave me pleasure, and now I'm in that role. Ronaldo brings something great to Juventus, although the Bianconeri did not lack much to be complete. When my kids ask me, "What did you do when you were 18?" I will tell them I was already at Paris Saint-Germain, that I was already a star and had to stay at home. I'll have my stories about home. When you are young, you admire the people you see on TV and you want to have the same gestures and the same attitudes and behave in the same way. It is a responsibility. I have always considered myself as a privileged person from a kind of elite among the lucky ones. So I think we should help all those who have not had the luck I have had, to use my fame to help. I did not have the moments of so-called normal people during adolescence, like going out with friends, enjoying good times. I was a football fan, a kid who loved football, and when you are a kid from Paris there are only two stadiums, the Stade de France or the Parc des Princes, and that is what makes Paris so special. I try to work to improve myself every day, and I try to do on the pitch what I do during the training sessions. In terms of evolution, I think that for me, it's all about titles. That's what you become world renowned for, what you've won, and not just the growth you've had on the pitch. I have learned that the biggest stars and the greatest players are the most humble ones, the ones who respect people the most. It's really incredible to be compared to a player like King Pelé, who is the king of football. But what I must think about is working hard and following my own pathway and not thinking about people who compare you to other players. PSG is an ambitious club that wants to be the best in the world. So you have to win all the competitions and leave no room for doubt. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and keep my